Well, I'd say, when we invested in Nest back in 2010, people didn't talk about the Internet of Things. But there was sort of this obvious fact that the environment was important and technology was going to make it even more important and integrated into our technology. And so we saw the opportunity in Nest to be the very early tip of the iceberg for what is becoming the smart home. And I think what you're seeing with Google's acquisition of Nest and now Amazon's acquisition of Ring and Eero, these big consumer companies are going big because they see the home as a really important part of the consumer future.
Yeah.
But given how important the home is, the connected home is to those mega platforms, it's dangerous territory, as Eero found out, in order to compete. So how do you think of them as acquirers, and how do you think of them as competitors?
Now, well, I think the interesting thing about innovation in this area is that the innovation hasn't historically come from these companies, but they've sort of gobbled it up and combined it into their own platforms to create even more power. And so I think it is both exciting because we're still very early and there's lots of opportunity, but also dangerous. And in the case of Eero, when they were going head-to-head with Wi-Fi, they had a very big direct competitor in Google, which was one of the large giants. And unfortunately, Apple decided to pull out. So that left Amazon as the one large consumer company left standing who was interested.
What other sort of areas do you see as hot and up and coming, since you're looking at the very earliest stages of companies that we will think about and talk about for the next, hopefully, 100 years, but maybe a few years from now? Yeah,
well, I think there's just so much going on. It's hard to even know where to start. You heard earlier in the show the replatforming of enterprise software. I'd say one of the trends that, we're excited about is the fact that technology doesn't just apply to the enterprise or the consumer, but it's going deep in every single vertical. So you're seeing, technology disrupt healthcare. You're seeing technology disrupt logistics. We have an incredible logistics company, Airspace, that's taking off really nicely. Technology is disrupting education. And so that's the thing that's exciting for us, is to try to figure out which of these industries, are most ripe.